Hello and welcome again to This Month in Science. My name is Nicholas.
And I'm Kristen. This month we'll once again look at some national and international science stories, including some highlights from right here at UAB.
To start off the episode, we're going to venture into a hot topic at this time, campaigning. According to a paper by researchers at the University of Delaware, positive or negative comments about politicians on Facebook tend to influence the way that a person views the candidate, whether or not the commenter or candidate is even real. Students and faculty from the Department of Communication and the Department of Political Science and International Relations created fictitious candidates and then subsequent Facebook pages campaigning for them. Citizens of Delaware were then selected for an online poll that asked them to look at the fake pages and then rate their impressions of the candidates. The politicians with more likes on their page and more positive comments tended to be looked on more favorably than those with negative comments and less likes. Whether or not the candidate actually responded to those comments had virtually no effect on the way he was perceived.
Social media really seems to be taking over our lives. Just don't stay up too late checking on Facebook posts. Coincidentally, our next story attests to the benefits of getting a good night's sleep. Dr. Karen Gamble, a chronobiologist at UAB, and Dr. Patricia Patrician, a professor in the UAB School of Nursing, have been delving into the sleeping habits of night shift nurses. Gamble has recognized some useful sleep strategies that help workers lower their health risks. Here to relate some of that work is Mugdha Mokashi, a sophomore student at UAB currently performing research under Dr. Gamble.
Thanks, Kristen. The gist of the study is that night shift nurses, who are usually working 3 days on the night shift and then 4 days off, aren't able to shift 10 hours in that amount of time. They have to form a sleep strategy that will help them to adjust to their schedules. Dr. Gamble and her colleagues have identified 5 different sleep strategies among nurses working the night shift at UAB Hospital. The best strategies were those where either the nurses slept a lot right before their shift, or they went to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning on their days off and then slept really late. Those are the worst strategies, like taking naps or simply not sleeping, tended to have more cardiovascular problems and were also more likely to be night owls. Dr. Gamble partnered with Dr. Patrician from the School of Nursing to see how these sleep strategies and shift schedules affect nurses' health and work performance. They hope that this research will both benefit nurses on the night shift and will help biologists determine how circadian rhythms really work.
Thank you, Mugdha. Now that sounds like a useful research project.
I agree. Now let's skip across the pond to the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. A research team in London has scoured Richmond and Bushy Park for ticks in order to test for carriers of Lyme disease. More than 1,000 ticks were collected, and out of the 280 tested for the disease, 6 nymphs or baby ticks from Richmond Park were found to be carriers. Early signs of Lyme disease include a circular bullseye rash at the site of the tick bite around 3 to 30 days after being bitten, although only about a third of people develop this rash. Some people also experience flu-like symptoms, including tiredness, joint pain, muscle pain, headaches, fever, chills, and neck stiffness. Lyme disease can progress to cause severe health problems affecting the heart, joints, and nervous system. People living in areas known for Lyme disease are urged to take precautions, like wearing insect repellent and walking on foot trails, and to remove ticks as quickly as possible using a tick removal tool.
Yuck! We have a lot of ticks here in Alabama, but I'm glad we don't have to worry about Lyme disease.
Me too.
Our next story, however, deals with something that can affect anyone, anywhere. An article by the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology tells us that children with asthma who are exposed to secondhand smoke are at nearly double the risk of those without asthma, and parents who smoke in the home need to know the risks. The college reviewed 25 articles that look at the risk of smoking exposure at home, and the results are warning parents especially. Such warnings are beneficial to the public since only a small percentage of those with asthma who could benefit from specialty care are referred to an allergist.
A very important topic to cover indeed. In our final story of the month, we turn our focus once again to UAB, this time to look at the amazing accomplishments of a freshman in the Science and Technology Honors Program. Priya Shah has performed an award-winning study and found herself a leading role in a project that could potentially affect millions, all before high school graduation. Together with Dr. Jillian Richter and Dr. Joel Berry, Priya is creating a new type of bioreactor, a small black box that is designed to accelerate the drug development process for treating atherosclerosis, which is the leading cause of heart disease. Opportunities like these are made possible by a world-renowned research enterprise and mentoring culture at UAB. I think we're all expecting big things from Priya. It's amazing what she's accomplished at such a young age.
Go Priya! Well, that's all we have for this month, folks. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Nicholas. See you next month.